Hey Greg, I don't normally work on a Saturday, but it's raining, which means I can't mulch. So I figured I'd get this out of the way. I got your watches in here. I'm so charmed by this. We'll talk about this one in a second. Um, this one, I'm not surprised Seiko wouldn't work on it. One, they don't really work on their own vintage pieces. It's just not really something they do. But also, this one's been pretty heavily modified, and so I can't imagine that they would touch it at all. And I got to admit, I haven't opened this up, so I don't even know what I'm going to find in here. I guess I can try and pop the case back off really quickly. But I mean, something like this that's been heavily remanufactured is not something Seiko is going to touch. Um, they're just it's just not going to happen. So we're going to have a live reaction shot here. Let's see what we're going to see. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a reason it doesn't run. Look at that corrosion. The water pulled some of the alloys out of the winding weight. Yeah, the movement doesn't look terrible. Yeah. They call this stuff whale snot, by the way. It's normally green. Hang on just 1 second for me. Well, there she's running. There must have been a flake of something in there that was stopping the train. It's definitely not clean. The movement doesn't look awful. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to invest in the service on a watch like this. It's winding down. It's stopping again. I also see, of course, the usual stuff. There's a little line of brassing around the mainspring. Not terrible. I've seen worse, but it's definitely something we're going to want to talk about. And oh gosh, look at the pitting inside the case back. Look at the pitting inside the case back. God, Philippine special. Ye gods. If you were wondering why water got inside, that's why. Good gracious. Okay. Well, you need to decide what you want done with that. Because the watch will never, ever, 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 ever be watertight ever again, and it wasn't before, which is why this happened. Look at the pitting. Yikes. Okay. That's a problem. All right, so let's talk about the fun watch. I did not get this watch running because it has so much staining inside the back. You wore this watch in elementary school and in high school. So I didn't want to get it running because it's so stained and brassed. I mean, it needs to be cleaned. It needs to be cleaned. But it's intact and it's complete. Not only is it intact and not only is it complete, but it is valuable. It is a True Pogue. It is the real deal. July 1971. True Pogue. And the heart of the movement is okay. Look, I just touched it and it started running again. So I'm amazed that you wore this thing in elementary school and high school and junior high and that it's so unfaded. Look at how unfaded the ring is. I just don't understand it. Sometimes these rings fade like crazy. They'll fade right to white. And other times like this, look, it's still perfectly intact. I don't know. Now, you said that your father found this watch underneath a ski lift at Vail in 1978, Vail, Colorado. As I told you, I have a friend, a guy I know who is a professional ski acrobatics champion in the 70s. And he owned one of these. And he lost it underneath a ski lift at Vail in the 70s. Because I remember because I was wearing mine and he was like, hey, I used to have one of those. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances? He lost his in the late 70s. He said he went up and down the mountain looking for it. He never found it. He said he thought that it broke when he was getting off of a chairlift or getting onto it or something happened. Anyway, it's a True Pogue. It's the real deal. You've got some discoloration on the hands. They might benefit from attention, a little bit of toning on the loom, but honestly, it's original. With a cleaning, it'll look great. You've got some dial markings, nothing major. With a clean and a rebuild, this will be a decent watch. There are a lot of people who want these. They're really, really, really super duper ultra hot, and they're getting more valuable every single day. True Pogue. And this one's definitely has been around. Definitely lived a life, but it's got a history with you. I haven't told Dave that somebody has a watch that might have been his. I mean, unless he keeps records, how would he know anyway? And he's not the kind of dude to keep records. This is somebody who used to go diving wearing an Omega Speedmaster. And I shake my head at him. He's like, dude, it's a watch. And when that watch got flooded, he threw it away. He threw it away in Omega Speedmaster. So I just think it's a crazy coincidence, because I've been thinking for years, ever since he told me that story about the poor Seiko sitting on the mountain underneath the chairlift, unloved and faded and walked on by badgers or whatever the heck lives up on Vale. But maybe it was picked up, and maybe there it is right there. Anyway, it should be doable. I wouldn't do anything with this. That I would. Okay, talk to you later.